I've been getting the question, why did you leave Nigeria? That's number one. Number two, why the United Kingdom? This is a question I get all the time. And most times I answer these questions in packets because at the point of being asked the question, I might not be articulated enough or settled or have time to explain to the person the reasons why. Because actually it's a long reason. So for the benefit of this video, I'm going to take our time to explain holistically the reason that led me to this point. So this video is actually meant to encourage you or give you clarity to a reasonable extent or to any extent at all, even if it's 1% on the decisions that you're making or you're about to make or you've made already. So for me, anyone that knows me very well would know that I wasn't doing badly in Nigeria. I had a business, I had a settled family, I had a good network of friends, and from church, from work, banking, almost in all sectors, in all places that I operate in. I was actually settled in a way. I know people, high people, low people, medium people, and I could actually access a lot if I push for it. So why leave? What is your reason for leaving? That's number one. Number two, even when you decided to leave, why United Kingdom? So let me start from number one. Why leave Nigeria? It's long. So if you want to get the whole gist, you might have to go to YouTube. But why leave? Peace of mind. That's number one reason. Now, peace of mind would mean different things to different people. Your peace of mind might not be my peace of mind. What I call peace of mind might not be what you call peace of mind. So for me, what's peace of mind? Peace of mind is sleeping at night peacefully without having to think like a policeman or like a security man, without having to be watching your back or make too many extra efforts to have security by yourself. For instance, now I live in London and the distance from my door to the main road, a major road, a high street road, it's not up to 100 meters. It's not up to 100 meters. The distance from my door to the main to the street is not up to 2 meters. I don't have burglar on the window. The window is actually glass. You can break it with the smallest stone. But yet, that's how there is no burglar anywhere on the street. There's no burglar anywhere. And people sleep safe. Nobody is thinking about security. Sometimes you hear in London, oh, they snatch someone. Yeah, London now they're snatching phone. That's the most you can hear. Maybe some packets of crime here and there. And they exaggerate it, make it so big. But compared to Nigeria, where you can't travel, you can't move around at night. If you're stopping at the traffic, fear go they catch you. Then if I was coming back at night, you can't stop at Lekki Ekpe traffic, even when the light is showing red, because anything can happen to you at that particular place. That is Lekki. That's where you should have the best of security after Sorok and Asoko or Wuse. But you can't. So security, that's what I call peace of mind. I don't need to think like an FBI living this small life. How many years am I? How many years do people live now? That I should be thinking, calculating. Oh, is this gate enough? Is this door enough? Is this door? I can't count how many times the door had been opened while we are sleeping at night. And it's okay. The things we call the things that you call crime in United Kingdom, it's not actually crime in Nigeria. You can't count how many phone that was snatched in Lagos today, or how many people that was slapped, or how many house that was burgled. Those ones are not even crime. Those ones are not even nobody talks about it because it's not a crime. Have you ever heard that someone's phone was snatched and the person went to police station? Hardly, 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 because it's normal. So that's the most of security. That's the most of phone snatching. And in certain places, not even all the places, in the suburbs, nobody talks about phone snatch. They snatch your phone when you're in Oxford Street or Bond Street or around central London. That's when you be careful about phone snatchers. So security. I want to be able to on the light and the light should come on. I don't need to be thinking like a mechanical engineer. Some even when I was in Lagos, I had I had a inverter, I had a big gen, I had a small gen. But sometimes the national grid will still fail, and you see yourself sleeping in the filling station. In fact, owning up to my living in Nigeria, there were some times when the national grid will fail and there will be fuel scarcity. It happened like 3 times. It started happening like a pattern. The national grid will fail and yet there will be fuel scarcity. Now you have money to buy the fuel, but you can't actually buy the fuel. Then you run into unexpected expenses because now you have to buy black market. So people start selling 1 liter for 1,000, even when it was 116. I didn't calculate for it. Now I have to buy fuel for the office, for business. I have to buy fuel for dispatch riders. I have to buy fuel for office cars. I have to buy fuel for my own car. I have to buy fuel for generator. You might end up spending a ridiculous amount of money just from this nonsense. So I want to be in a place where it's easy. Can I have it? Is it possible for me to have it like that? Yes. So let me have it. How many years? You will hear it so many times in this video. How many years do you have to live in this life for you to be thinking of generator, for you to be thinking of diesel, for you to be thinking of fuel, thinking of nonsense, things that you're not supposed to think of ordinarily as a citizen? I'm here for 1 year. This is not my first sojourn. I've been in many places. But from the time I left Nigeria in 2012, coming back in 2017, 2018, I didn't think of power. The only time you think of NEPA like fuel, you know that there is something called fuel that used to power gen is when you're in Nigeria. That's the only time. You don't need to think all that. You don't need to think like a scientist. You're thinking of a mechanic. Sometimes generator is having issue at the middle of the night. You have family, you have to try to start calling unnecessary people that you're not supposed to call ordinarily. People that you shouldn't even have their contacts on your phone as a human being. Some people's phone, they have generator guy 1, generator guy 2, generator guy 3, generator guy 4, generator guy 15, generator guy only generator. That's if you want to go to the bank, you have banker 1, banker 2. How many accounts do I have now in the UK? I have over 4 accounts. I have over 5 credit cards. I've never visited the bank before. We've not seen each other. We don't know each other. I'm currently opening a business account. I've not written anything. I've not signed any signature at all. I've not written anything. I've not called anybody on the phone. I've not had any reason to call anybody to come and help me. I already have an pre-approved loan for £50,000. We don't know each other. I didn't call anybody on the phone. I don't need to. I will still get to that. It's like I'm running speed. So, power. Then water. As of the last count, I was buying pure water in Lekki. Our water was dirty. I have to buy pure water. I was spending up to 40,000 every day just buying water. And this is me being modest and me being economical and frugal with the water. And so if you see the back of my house while I was in Lagos, it's like NEPA office, it's like water corporation because I have to construct a custom made water treatment that goes to the washing machine, that goes to, things that I'm not even supposed to be doing ordinary. I thought to plumber because there's no way I will explain that to a normal plumber in Lagos for the plumber to understand what I want to do. Just to get a reasonable small that is enough to wash clothes. I need enough to wash clothes. Just constructing my own system. In Lagos, you can be anything. You can be anything. So water, these are basic necessities, essentials of life. If you don't now, nobody has this in Nigeria. Even if you like the $40, you don't have it. Or you are paying for it extra. At some point, it disappoints you. Now, if you have to pay for it, these basic things, then you have to be living in a Ikoyi or one service apartment in Lekki, and they'll be charging you might be paying up to 3 million service charge. Now, do I have that 3 million to pay? I don't have it yet. I'm just an average guy. Apart from your rent or the cost of your house, you're still paying 3 million service charge so that you can have steady supply of water and steady supply of power. And you're still going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for the power. I want to be able to, I don't know if number 4, number 5, I want to be able to come out to a neat environment. Reasonable neat environment. Sometimes you hear, oh, London is dirty, dirty. People in Nigeria say London is dirty. It's not madness. Yes, it's dirty to them, but not to me. My shoe that I'm wearing, I can still sell it as a new shoe. Today, I walk. I like to walk for anyone that knows me. I can still sell it as a new shoe. Today, you can walk from your house to wherever and you won't even match that. Apart from the people that decide to walk their dog, that way they shit, which is not even a problem for me. It just means I have to be pressing less phone and be looking on the floor. But not everywhere. You can walk. Everywhere is neat. Everywhere is tranquil. Quietness. In Nigeria, unless you're living in some certain estates, immediately they take light, bam, generator is going on. Wah, wah, wah. How do you have, when do you have time to be creative, to think? Think. So I'm just trying to explain peace of mind. Running on the road. My friend tried to run in Lekki. There's nothing for Zappa London. Straight up. With gun. With gun. Somebody tried to run in Ikoyi. They killed the guy. A billionaire. In Banana Island. They killed him. The kind of things I'm not saying that crime is not everywhere, but what is the percentage and what is the probability? What is the probability? Right now, the door from my door, entrance door to the walk to the street and to the high street. From my house to the high street is not up to 100 meters. It's not up to 50 meters. Then from my house to the street is not up to 2 meters. And yet it's just a wood door and the glass window that separates me from the outside. And nobody is bothered. No, that's how it is all around the area. And nobody is bothered about burglary proof, or something like that, or something. People are just living. Nobody is thinking that this is something that somebody can break with just a small brick. But nobody is even thinking that there is a possibility of that happening. What other kind of security do you want? Security of life and property. You can lock this house like this now. You can lock it like this and leave it for 1 year, and you see come back to it. It's in the almost in the high street. Nobody is trying. Nobody is planning to go. Security. These are the things that I call peace of mind. Peace of mind. I don't need to call since I installed internet in this place. I have 1,000 megabytes, 1 gig download speed here, 1 gig download speed. I have never called them on the phone for any reason or written to their customer service. In Nigeria, me and Fiber One people in the office. I can't remember the name of our provider. Cyberspace in the office, at home, Fiber One. Every day I know all of them. Every day, common things, utility, light, water, security, common things. Bank. Ah, Nigeria just gives you PTSD. Just existing in Nigeria is like being in a war front. So some people can thrive in such environments. Then when you look at me, you think I can thrive in such environments, right? But I can't. I'm not cut out for that kind of life. God, from when I was small, I knew that I wasn't cut out for that kind of life. I can't live like that. It might seem to you that I can, but I can't. Anybody that knew me from when I was small, they know I like soft life. Tell me the price, I will pay for it. It's not about the money. I like soft life. And this is it for me. Peace of mind. Let me just live. How many years are we living? Sometimes when I lie down in Nigeria, I'm thinking of people in Alabama, people in New Jersey. They're just walking their dog and just wearing a combat shirt and just singing. I just be going. I say, so human being is living like this and come back. They go buy their groceries, they come back, they put inside the fridge. The fridge is frozen, it's cold. They drink their beer, they are watching match, or they are watching movie, they cross their leg. The gen is not going off. The water is not tripping off. Dive is just going. They own water. Water is rushing. They drink it. I've never bought bottled water since I came here. I've been drinking tap water. Tap water. Is drinking water is that neat. Everybody drinks it. My children drink it. My children have not been to hospital for any reason since we've been here. They drink tap water. So that is peace of mind part. Then number two, like I told you guys, it's a long video. Number two, the ease of doing business. I'm a business person and I've been doing business in Nigeria. And every time it's like we are pushing brick. Every time I feel like I'm expending my energy and getting so little. Now you can make it in Nigeria as a business person. So many people are making it. But at what expense? And what are you giving? You can finish making it in Nigeria. You get to 60 years, you're having high BP. You're having like all sorts of disease and sicknesses has befallen you just because you did business in Nigeria. Is business supposed to be that hard? So Nigerians, we have this mentality that business is hard. It's hard. Like it's hard, but it's not so. It's not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a mental thing. Calculation, speculation with data. Is it working? Yes. You do it, it works. In Nigeria, I'm into e-commerce. I will take data. I will analyze the data. Then I will strike. I'm getting a different result because Nigeria, we don't work with data. It wasn't working for my mental health. You see what's happening in other countries. You analyze it, you play it. You take Nigeria, you analyze it, you play. It won't work. A product that is selling in other, it won't sell in Nigeria. Why? Our PPP is, I think, around 9,000. That's the on average. What can you purchase in a year as a person? Your rent, your everything, and everything. 9,000, which is even generous. Thinking about it. In the UK, I think it's like 65,000. So if I have a business in the UK, where would I make more money? Is it where people can spend 9,000? Is it people where people can spend 62,000? So my job is to find something to sell to someone that have 62,000 instead of killing myself trying to sell to someone that have 9,000. And I might spend years doing that in Nigeria. And what is the result I'm going to get? At what expense to my health, to my mental health, to the time I spend with my family, and how I want to live my life? So doing business in Nigeria, you're like a madman. You're calculating things that you're not supposed to calculate. You're calculating exchange rate. You're calculating government policy. You're calculating import duty. You're calculating fuel. You're calculating stupidity of workers, unavailability of talent. All these things is adding, even access to softwares, to things that you're supposed to use to push your business, access to funds. Like I said earlier, I'm just trying to open an account. I've not finished opening the account. They've offered me 50,000 loan. They offered me loan already. I've not finished opening my account. Do you know what I have to do in Nigeria to get 10 million naira loan? I have to sign. My father in Onitsha would have to sign as a guarantor. I have to get two guarantors. I have to get check. I have to give my soul away. And at what percentage? 36% last time, as of last year, 36% interest rate. Which business can survive on a 36% interest rate? And I know people, I know one of my friends that was building a hotel. He choke up, he had to take a loan of 10% per monthly. That's 120% per annum. So if you are taking 100 million, you'll be paying back 220 million. How is he going to survive? Which country gives such loans and expect their people to survive? Now, as a business person in Nigeria, I'm trying to build a hotel, I'm trying to access a facility, and you're giving me, how do you want me to sleep at night? How do you want me to sleep at night with such heavy loan facility hanging on my head? With such, if I buy goods from China, I bring it to Nigeria. How many percentage profit am I expected to get from that? What should be my markup as a businessman? So if I'm marking up 40%, I will not give bank 36%. Or which product do you expect to bring into Nigeria and sell at a markup of 36%? Plus, let's even say you mark up 30%, that's 66%. Which product are you going to sell at 66% markup? And you expect people to buy it easily. Now, who are the people that are going to, what is the purchase power of the people that will buy that product? Are they capable of buying it? Even if you sell it at them? And what is the frequency of the purchase? You keep checking all those things and you say, oh, my business is doing well. You're killing yourself. I don't want, no, my point number one is like a guide to how my life is. Soft life. I don't want all that. I don't want all that calculation and mathematics that is not even mathing. And so every time my friends will come and tell me, oh, this person, I say, leave people. Look at your own self. We do when things were better in Nigeria, we do business and we see profit. You will do business and you will see profit. You don't need calculus to calculate your profit. It's there. But then it went down the hill. Ease of doing business. The people buying the business, the players, the system itself, the banking, the government policies. How do you buy goods from China? You're paying for high shipping rates. You're paying high. You can have a product of 10 million in a container, in a 40-feet container, and you pay $5,000 for it. Then when you want to clear it, you're paying $8,000 for clearance, and you're paying $4,500 for container. At the end of the day, your shipping and your clearance is like 200% the cost of the goods itself. How do you hope to make profit, uh, where you already have what's it called, 220, 220% already on the cost of the goods. I look at this and I say, no, whether it is tech business, access to funding, like I created a tech business, story for another day. Access to funding, how do people look at Nigeria? The economic structure, the posture. Then how old are you? How old are you? How old do you think you're going to live? Then you can say, oh, there are some other people make. Yes, there are businesses that will make it in Nigeria. Monopoly business. If your business is not part of it, if you're not in a monopoly business, in a way, you've not established your business before 2018, or you were not lucky enough to venture into a monopoly business before 2015, 2016 to 2020 by divine intervention, or you don't have government backing like Dangote, like the dollars, like the banking guys. You don't have Abraham as your father. You don't have people using your business for laundering money. You don't have all those politician friends that can be pumping money into your business and all those kind of things. If you don't have it and you're in Nigeria doing business, you're on your own. I'm not saying that you can't survive. There are people surviving. These are the people surviving. There are some people that have been lucky. They start their business today. They have a certain kind of ingenuity. They open a business that nobody had done before and all that. And those people are supposed to see exponential growth based on the fact they are doing a business that is a niche and nobody had done it before. But now they are seeing just normal growth because they are in Nigeria. If you do that kind of business in a stable economy, you're going to see an exponential growth. You're not going to grow like every other person. If you have a business that nobody had done before in the United States or in Europe or in Canada, and you're the first mover, there's a great advantage for it. You're going to make a ridiculous amount of money. In Nigeria, you're just going to be normal. You're just going to be normal like every other person. And you're going to think you're going to do times 50 more than your counterparts in other countries. I look at all these things and say, before you know it, I don't hold. Is it not better for me to start pursuing the black goat when it's still there? So I said, let me be looking front first. Instead of staying in Nigeria trying to build with all my energy and borrowed energy, and I will achieve so little. Let me go to a place where even if I want to achieve little, I should just put minimum energy and I will achieve little. That will, compared to Nigeria, will be mighty. Now, if I put all my energy into building a business in the UK or any other place anybody finds themselves, you will see an exponential growth compared to Nigeria because for free, if you're in Nigeria and you're operating in any market that's not Nigeria, you have this privilege and advantage of always comparing as opposed to maybe a British person that is always only in Britain. So there's nothing they're comparing their money. If they have £2,000, it's £2,000 to them. But for me, if I have £2,000 now, I don't already convert them to naira. That's 4 million naira. This money is a lot of money in Nigeria. So £2,000. Let's say you're living in London, you're paying rent of £2,000 for a flat, a one bed flat. £2,000 can pay for 1 year in some places in Ekota and Lekki. So you have that advantage of comparing. And if you make 100,000, if you make £100,000 as profit as a business person this year, and you decide to repatriate that money to Nigeria, with that 100,000, you can decide to buy a flat in Lekki. But that money cannot buy you a flat in the UK. It might be just down payment. So you have in your lifetime, you have the opportunity to always compare, always get more with your money because you have another market that you can play in. So I looked at all this. I said, I could just there, I go, oh no, I could just hit my head for war. It's better for me to go and hit my head on the wall in a place where if I hit that head, I can get so much more than where I'll be hitting my head and I'm living on an uncertainty. So that's number two reason. Then number three, health, which is actually one of the main points. Health is wealth. You might be driving on Lake Expressway, bah, you don't get accident though. What's the guarantee that there will be an ambulance? What's the guarantee that when you get to hospital that you'll be treated? Someone jumped from a flat in Abuja because robbers were robbing their compound. and got to the hospital. Luckily for the lady, was still alive, but they demanded identification before the person would be treated, and the person died. Someone was on a bike. I think one founder like that, he came back from Canada. He was on a power bike in Lagos, had an accident. He was still alive, but they were Adi, dilly, dally, dilly, dally. He died. Careless deaths. I'm not saying that people don't die across the world, but how are people dying? People still die in accidents anywhere in the world. But what is the frequency? What is how is the system ensuring that you're protected, even with the laws they make on the road as a road user? And what happens when there is an accident? What happens with your health when something comes up unexpectedly and you need to go to hospital? People are dying like these ones we are not even mentioning. Everybody's focused on Boko Haram, banditry, terrorism, government. People are not really focused on the health part. How people are dying like rats in the hospitals. People are dying anyhow in our hospitals of the flimsiest sicknesses. Now, if you don't have a ridiculous amount of money to go to high class hospitals where just coming in, you've spent 2 million naira, then there's problem for you. There's problem for you. The health system of Nigeria is so broken that just thinking about it gives me PTSD. For any reason that you have to go to hospital in Nigeria, you're at risk because it's the best of the best of the best. In fact, I'm even saying the best of the best of the best. They don't jackpot. They've gone. They've gone. So if you think of the health part, the peace of mind, the economic part, that's three. I'm not even going to talk about the ease of travel if you have permanent residency in Canada or in US or in UK. The fact that you can go to more places if you have their passport, which I'm not actually looking to have, but at least my children, my wife can have it. They can travel to anywhere they want to travel. Buy tickets from the airport. Do you know what it means to buy tickets at the counter in the airport and be traveling without having to say, "Oh, what is the visa requirement? Oh, what are they? Oh," when you get there, they ask, "Oh, Nigeria, shift one side." Disgrace you anyhow, even when you can travel. I always tell my friends that visa is not the problem; it's money that is the problem. But it's sad and it's heartbreaking when you even have the money, you can't still travel. There are some of my friends, billionaires. They wanted to travel to Europe at some point. They denied them visa to Europe. Billionaires that you know. It was so painful for them because they had money, millions stacked in their accounts, but they denied them visa. Many times they denied them visa. Many times. One time, Cubana chief priest was complaining, "Oh, US, give me visa." With all the money and the clout he has, he can't get US visa. He can't go to the US. That is access. Chinese people say movement is the strength of man. The ability to be in one place at any time, where you want to be, is your strength as a human being. If you don't have that strength, then something is missing. Your ability to be where you want to be, ability to be where you want to be. If it's Pakistan, if it's Poland, anywhere that you choose to go, you buy the ticket and you're going there. It's strength. It's now you be strong man. It's not you shouting in Nigeria, gidi, gidi. It's okay. Maybe we'll see for Portugal. You can't come because you don't have visa. Or maybe we'll see for Jamaica. Or maybe you can't. You can't come. Even some African countries, you can't go. It's easier for some. It's easier for British passport holders or Canadian passport holders to access some African countries than for it is for Africans to access those countries. What is happening? So that's point number 4. Five, for my children, I have 2 children currently. I need my children to be competitive, to compete with any child in the world, to not be hindered or handicapped in any way, the way I have been. Because in so many times, I've been handicapped from opportunities by the color of my passport. I don't want that for my children. I don't want them to come out as a second class citizen anyway or second class human being. So anywhere that human being is going, they should be there. If they decide to play piano or decide to be a ballerina, like my daughter every time she says, "Oh, I want to be a ballerina," she can be a ballerina wholeheartedly without encumbrances. It's not when they say, oh, there's a competition going on in US. They say, oh, I don't have passport. Oh, we can't go. We've been denied passport. Nonsense talk. Your children needs to have now there are so many ways you can do that. You can buy citizenship, go and give birth to them. It works for you. But if you buy citizenship and your children are in Nigeria and you format them with the Nigeria and you want to reformat them in abroad, for me, I feel like I shouldn't have to do that because the format in the head matters too. How are they seeing themselves? What are they thinking in their head? So they need to be competitive. If it's sports they want to do, if it's football, if it's badminton or whatever they want to do, they have access. You have access to it. You have access to whatever that you want to do that makes you happy. And you have the best of it. If you're excelling in badminton, you have access to the best coaches. P Square registered the child in Barcelona and all that. Yeah, maybe the child was born in US and all that. But you can't have access to the best coaches in Nigeria. It's not there. It's not me that made the cost it. So if my child decides to be a basketballer, or if my child was going to be the next Messi, already handicapped because he's in Nigeria. You're handicapped just because you're in Nigeria. Now you can say, oh, why culture? Imagine if a culture was born in UK. There is no way Okocha wouldn't have been one of the world best. There's no way he wouldn't have won world best footballer. One, he would have been spotted earlier. He would have had the best coaches, the best training, the best of everything. So you need to give your children that. Your children don't need to live like you without opportunities, without equal opportunity with every child in the world. You need to give them opportunity. If there is an if there's something that if it's chess that they are playing and chess competition is going on in Nicaragua or Paraguay, they fly. Phew, they are there competing with the best of the best in the world in whatever they decide to do with themselves. Life is not just about education, physics and chemistry and literature. Your child can decide to play violin and be one of the best in the world. You need to give that child that opportunity to be the best violinist or something in the world. They can't be that in Nigeria. It's hard. It's hard that they have to kill themselves and die and resurrect before they can do that as a Nigerian. Like a culture, you have to do extraordinary before recognition will come to you. If you're not lucky, the culture was lucky. So that too. Then number six, number five, just the general feel good. Then number six, just lifestyle. The kind of lifestyle that people live in Nigeria and say, oh, we are living so well. They are now billionaires. Anybody in abroad can live it. Don't need to pay extra. For my wife, when I was telling her that we need to leave Nigeria, she wasn't coming around. I said, okay, let's travel first. Let's go to Dubai. So we went to Dubai. She was marveled. There was train. You have access to all these things. It's not like someone living in Nigeria. Oh, when you see train for the first time, oh, train. Oh, yeah. There is park for children to play. There is park. People come and say, oh, but I want to go to the park. A child in Nigeria does not know what park means. He doesn't understand that people actually go to the park to just sit down and play. There are park in every corner of the street. There's a park where children just go and play. Children in Nigeria don't understand that anymore. Estate everywhere. Don't build house everywhere. There is no place to build park anymore. Just general. So my wife, when we got to Dubai, I said, I just say, make a mental note of the thing that you're using. If you use a toothpaste, check it. If you drink Coke, check it. Body spray, check it. You will see that in Nigeria we are using substandard. Our spag is substandard. Noodles is substandard. Everything that we're using is they have to substandard it so that we can be able to afford it. So everybody can be able to afford so that they can even make profit. Now you go and buy toothpaste. You think you bought toothpaste. You go and buy Nivea. You think you bought Nivea. Adulterated already, substandardized already. Just everyday items that we use. We are not using the best, even though we have money to pay for it, but we are not getting it because it has to be substandardized for us to have access to it, for it to come to the shop. That's why you see so many people in Nigeria. So we want to buy, my friend is traveling. One bag is already filled with cream and soap because even if you want to buy it, soap, a soap that in Nigeria they're selling 12,000, 15,000. Yeah, it's £2. That's 4,000. 4,000. And you're buying the original. The only thing that is not even people abroad now they are getting the best of our own. In fact, the things that you think they are not getting, they are getting it now, and they have money to pay for it. The best stock fish, the best dry meats, the best dry fishes, the best vegetables. They are coming to abroad now. Ugu, bitter leaf, or anything, name it. Ogiri. There's nothing you need that you. They bring the best of it. They bring it here. So there is nothing that you want that you don't access. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've not been able I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you on the reasons that I checked. We actually sat down and did our SWOT analysis. All these things I've said, voiced out to you, we wrote it down. We put it side by side. We did SWOT analysis before we came to the conclusion that even though I have concluded in my mind that she was just trying to convince herself, she came to the conclusion that she has to go. Now, if I even add number eight, her whole career, how much was her salary in Nigeria? How much is her salary now? It's like times 100, times 1,000, times 1,000. For doing less work. For doing less work. You make times 1,000. Is it times 1,000? Ti, 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 ti. Thereabout. So if you have a career, you have something that you're doing in Nigeria, if you're a career person and you pivot to a better country, you start earning a ridiculous amount of money. You stay in Nigeria, you want to be I don't believe in patriotism to something that is not real. I don't believe Nigeria is real. You can put me anywhere, you can call me anywhere to defend it. It's story for another day. How many years are we going to live on earth for us to enjoy? Small. Just enjoy small. This December now, we're just going to enjoy small. Just enjoy. How many years do you think you have to enjoy? And you're killing yourself. You want me to stay? I'm killing. So when I now came here, I wasn't thinking of UK. Remember in the beginning, I said I wasn't here. So when I now came, we're still thinking, oh, maybe we'll have to go back to our Canada plan. But I stayed there for 1 month. It's me. I was trying to take my brother. I was processing my brother's Canadian visa. I said, bro, you have to come to the UK. Number one is that it's closer to Nigeria. You can easily go and come back. Then number two, there's something about the UK as a business person. You can access the European market. You can access the US market. If you're in London and you see how people say, oh, we are going to New York, it's like they are going from Lagos to Ogun State. But, oh, I'm going to New York. But they don't come back. People stay here and they are selling, but everything done in UK is done for New York. Fast, fast. So if you have access to the US market, you have access to the European market, and you have access to the British market, you have access to the Asian market. It's in the center. Purchase power strong. So I say, this Nigerian saying, UK don't cast UK. They've not been here. Oh. Sometimes yeah, oh, UK don't cast. We are going back. When they are going, they do content. When they come back, they don't do content for you. Nobody is going back. All of them are here. So with these few points, That's the reason why I chose UK and I'm staying in the UK at the moment. And we are going to build. That's another episode on the business part. This one is just personal. The reasons why. The reasons why. Along the line, if more reasons come to my head, I was still going to drop it. Everything I've said, just from the top of my head, I'm still going to drop it. I'm still going to explain further so many other things hidden in this UK that I have seen and I'm even open to learning so far. So, till next time we meet.